What's up, guys? So I recorded this earlier, but I forgot to push record, so I'm doing this again. I'm Tavis Leaf Glover, and I'm in the Musée d'Orsay in Paris, and I'm gonna show you this epic room of paintings and point out some design techniques, and hopefully just show you like what I've looked for in a lot of these paintings and kind of what makes them special and I don't know, important and stand out from the rest. So it's usually their composition and their design, and we're going to see this epic battle scene right here with mythological creatures. This guy's kind of not doing so well, and got a couple snakes and serpents and a zombie looking creature up here. These guys are doing alright. They're being saved probably. And there's someone's head up here. And the Medusa was cut off by this girl. And then this guy's skin is being flayed. So it's not too good, but looks pretty cool. And I want to point out this hidden ellipse up here. I'm going to take my pencil and just kind of circle around. You can see it, right here. This is part of, looks like a structure or something, but so there's part of an ellipse, but it follows around this wing, and then these shadow areas, the arms, the body comes up this arm, around this arm, and back to the structure. So there's a nice hidden ellipse right there. You've got coincidences. If you follow this arm up, you'll see how it meets certain areas in the painting right here, follow it up to the top there, whatever that is. And it's also, this painting's so large it's skewed in the camera, but I'm gonna try and do my best. If you follow this arm across, it meets his other arm and then goes up to meet, what is that, a foot and a leg, goes up that way. So you can see how they're hiding these techniques, but creating unity and movement with the ellipses and coincidences, and you can see this linear movement. Let's see, we follow this hand, meets up to his head, meets the other arm in the background, and then up to that foot area up there. And if you squint your eyes, we've got high contrast in this area, like the greatest area of contrast, where the eyes are led to. It's mainly like, right, this is going to be probably where they want us to start, is high contrast plus a dominant diagonal that stands out. So if you're blurring your eyes, this guy stands out, or squinting your eyes, this guy stands out, and so does this guy. So start here and then just lead your way around the composition. But that's another one. This one, I'm just going to skip a couple of these random ones, but you can see the ellipse hidden in that one. That circular movement. Okay, same with this one over here. Circular movement, that's an ellipse, hidden pretty well. Going across this back, down here, through this high contrast area, up here, and then around. Okay, and then I'll skip that one. And I'm going to show you this real quick. This awesome sculpture has a triangular enclosure. If you follow the leg up, it's going to come to the top of that instrument he's holding. So it was designed mainly to see from the side, and I'll show you the front, and that's how we can tell is this design is a lot more prominent. So triangular enclosure coming down, and then on the bottom, and then we've got that nice ellipse in the dolphin creature. So then here's the front. Still a nice design, but not as nice as the side. So the primary design is on the side here. Okay, so this painting is pretty epic. And I'm going to show you the arabesques. This one swooping around up the smoke and flames. Well, I don't know if that's flames, but smoke. And that also acts as aerial perspective to fade and create depth. But this swoops up, even goes around these people, comes up here. We've got a nice dominant diagonal going up from the bottom left to the upper right. That's the Baroque diagonal. We've got an arabesque coming from here, going up to these, around these heads here, and then up to the statue. And it also follows down here, around right here, and also down here. So lots of movement and unity being created there. If we follow this staff that the statue's holding, come down, it's going to meet up with this guy's head. That's a coincidence. And it looks like it meets that girl's elbow, and then down her leg here. So that's a nice coincidence. Also have a coincidence coming down here, this hand to that hand. If you follow it up, you might see more things lining up. Over here, it's leading to the baby. It's pointing us to the baby here. And if you squint your eyes, you'll see that the high contrast, the greatest area of contrast is right around here. So this lady's dark hair next to the white, and then this is the brightest area. It's all leading, all the composition and the contrast is leading us to this area here, which makes sense because there's like a hurt child up there, and everybody's hoping it's okay, it looks like. But I'll give you a close-up of this painting here. It looks pretty cool. And I'm in here a half hour before anybody else because I got a membership, but I think my time's running out and people are going to start showing up, so I gotta see. These guys are faded with aerial perspective. See how they're faded into the darkness? That's aerial perspective also. It creates a nice depth. And you can also see aerial perspective in the background, in the mountains, and then in this group right here. So this last painting I'm going to show you is really, really dramatic and epic, and you can definitely see the arabesque swooping around, coming up here all the way to the top. Even the arm starts, that sickle up there, the weapon, starts down here, swoops around the horse, and then around all the bodies laying on the ground. It also comes around here and swoops down this way and up to this weapon here. If you follow the diagonal of the horse leg, up, let's see, up, sometimes you can meet the top, drop it down, and you'll see other coincidences lining up, like the horse leg, the body being pulled, or this lady's hair is being pulled by the guy. So if you're using dynamic symmetry, you can follow the reciprocal diagonal up and drop it down and see and create more coincidences on that line dropping down. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a nice coincidence here. Let me get a little closer. So if we start with this guy's foot, run up to this high contrast area, this is going to show you how well they hide their design techniques. So this coincidence lines up the crotch area of this dog up here into the shadow area of the rock, into the crease of that material, up to the low contrast area of the wheel, and then all the way up to this baby's arm. So that design is leading us up to this baby right here, which is bleeding, and it's pretty sad, but I'm not sure what's going on in this scene because the ladies look pretty intense and crazy, and it looks like the guys are battling the women. But if you follow this guy's arm crossed, you'll meet other coincidences. This arm, the wheel, and then maybe the horse's back. Of course it's skewed and it's going to be easier to see it on the computer, but if I step back, you can see how it kind of lines up here. See? And just by using the dynamic symmetry grids, you kind of default, if you're using them really well and just designing on top of them, like using a light pad or whatever, it's automatically going to happen. You don't even have to think about it. You just start laying in your characters, and you got to think about the arabesques, but like these coincidences and the diagonals running up and down, it's all going to happen basically effortlessly. You got to put a little thought into it, but if you're paralleling diagonals like this kid's leg, that might be paralleling the reciprocal diagonal. If this is the dominant diagonal and then the reciprocal diagonal meets it at 90 degrees, that might be locking right into the Baroque diagonal here. But you can see how it's kind of creating a movement up that way. Then we definitely have a movement going up that way. Also, forgot to show you the triangular enclosure here. I think going up here, up to the top here, coming down, and then obviously the bottom part, but there's that one. So I think that's what I can show you on this one. Obviously the aerial perspective in the background, and then the areas of aerial perspective here being faded to create depth. So the contrast is lowered here, and it's actually lower in real life than what it's being shown on the screen. But here's a little close look at what's going on here. You see all the repeating movements directing the viewer's eyes this way. This guy's directing us up here, you know. So these are pointing devices, just kind of pointing, not leading lines, pointing devices. So it's kind of pointing the direction where the artist wants us to go. This is pointing us up, this is pointing us that way. And then obviously we see this big mass of crazy women. So that's that one. But that's it for this one, guys. I'm gonna go probably draw some more, and I hope you enjoyed that. All right, take care. Bye.